Okay, we'll start our WordPress design tutorial by talking on how we'll get a domain and an hosting, how we will link the two together, and how we will actually host our website. But we'll first be talking about how to get our domain and how to get a hosting. You might want to ask, what is domain? But we have different providers of domains, different companies that you can get domain from. We have Namecheap, we have Bluehost, we have GoDaddy. There are a lot of. If you follow my blog, I will put the link in the description below. You will see where you can get your domains. There are a lot of places where you can get your domain. You can get it on GoDaddy, you can get it on Bluehost, you can get it on Namecheap. But I've been using Namecheap for a while now, and I will recommend Namecheap also to everyone that wants to get a domain name. So if you want to get a domain, the first thing to do if you want to get a domain name is to search if your domain is available. We have millions, if not billions millions of domain names out there. So one challenge you will face is whether your domain is available or not. So let's type a domain name, domainname.com. After you type it, you click on it and it will bring out if it is available. Some domain name can be available, but you have to purchase them at a higher rate. You can see this one can be purchased at $8 million. But if you can just type an uncommon domain name, let's use just random words, so that if you type uncommon domain name, you can see is available. The .com, the .net, the .org is available. So you can just add them to carts and you go and check out. If you add them to carts, it will so you view the cart and you confirm your order. You place your card. So you have to sign in. Actually, that's one of the criteria for buying a domain. You have to create an account. I have an account there, so I want to create an account. So after you just sign in, you just go to and you pay. You give the details of your card and you pay. That is how you get your domain name. Please note that your domain name is available in the World Wide Web. So if it is available, it is available. If it is not available, it's not available. The domain name that you checked here, the domain name that is not available on Bluehost will not be available on Namecheap, and will not be available even on GoDaddy. So you must note that. And also there are different types of domain name also. We call them domain extensions. Domain extensions are .org, .net, they are .ng, there are different kind of extensions like that if you don't want to get your .com domain means commercial. If you want to get a commercial domain is .com. If you want to get .net, it means internet. .net means internet. .org means organization. If you are registering an organization, it is advisable for you to get a .org. Let me remove this from my cart before I proceed. Okay. So we have different domain extensions. You can see these are extensions that you can use. This is .com, .net, internet.org, organization.ai. AI means artificial intelligence. .ai means artificial intelligence. We have different kind of domain name. .art, .live, .info, .studio, .shop, .health, .vip, .beauty, .co.uk, and so on. So you have to determine your domain extension also before you get your domain name. Kindly note that. But the most common one that we use is .com. Everybody wants .com, but in some cases, if .com is not available, you can go for .net. This tutorial website, my tutorial website is Xtuts. So when I want to purchase Xtuts, I see that the .com has been taken, so I have to go for the .net. I actually purchased the .net. Xtuts means Cephas Tutorials. It's a subsidiary of Cephas Academy. So I have to go to xtuts.net. So if the .com is not available, you can still choose .net, and if it is an organization, I will advise that you choose .org. Organizations can use .org, maybe organizations like churches, like business ventures, and so on. Though .com is also for commercial purposes. Anybody use .com, but for specific organizations like maybe NGO, like churches, which are basically not for profit, I will advise you choose .org. Anything that is .org, maybe your church name .org. So I'll advise you choose your .org. So that is domain name. When you add them to cart, you go and check out. You provide your debit card details and you check out. It means you have successfully gotten a domain name. I have a domain that we are going to use. So I have domains that we are going to use. The domain that we'll be using throughout this tutorial is cephasdigitals.institute. This is the domain name. So, and if you want to connect your domain name with your hosting, first of all, you go to where your hosting is. This is your hosting list on Namecheap. This is your hosting list. You go to your hosting and you go to your cPanel, because that is what we'll be using mostly. So you go to your cPanel. This is what your cPanel looks like. Your cPanel is like your file explorer on your computer. So this is where you manage the back end of your website, the PHP and so on, your version and everything. But if you want to install your WordPress, you go to WordPress. When you go to WordPress, you go to install now. You go to cephasdigitals.institute. You name it Cephas Digitals. Oh, before I continue with this, let me tell you how to get a hosting. In getting a hosting, we have different kind of web hosting. We have shared hosting, we have WordPress hosting, shared hosting, WordPress hosting, reseller hosting, we have VPS hosting, dedicated servers. The difference between these are just the disk space and the bandwidth. For shared hosting, let's go to shared hosting. For shared hosting is the name shared means that on a server there are a lot of people that are sharing the hosting, so they split it in small, let me say in small units, so that it will be available for people at an affordable rate. In a way, this is $1.88 per month, and it has only 3 websites. You can only host 3 websites on this, and the disk space is only 20 gig. So these are the features of, when you want to compare between this variant of hosting, Stellar Plus, Stellar Business. This is for Namecheap. We might have something different for Bluehost, and we might have something different also we might have something different also for GoDaddy. I'm looking for where the hosting is for GoDaddy. So web hosting. So this is $5.99 per month, $7.99 per month, $12.99 per month. On this you can only host one website. On this you can have 100 gig storage, 10 database, and also it can be different for Bluehost also. This is $2.95 per month, which is also one website and also 50 gig of storage. But this plan is unlimited website with unlimited SSD storage. This is also unlimited, but they have different integration. They have different integration at which you can use for building your website. So you can just try and compare all plans. You can compare all the plans. Even though the web space is unmetered, it means that they don't have a particular storage limit that you can use, but your file count must be 200,000. If your file count is going near 200,000, the hosting company will message you and will notify you that you have to upgrade. So you still have different features that you can also check out. It is very important to check them out before getting it. And also, if you want to get it, you just click on get started. And if you click on get started, you must link your domain that you have gotten before. You must link it with your hosting. If you are getting your domain from the same hosting, if you are getting your domain from Namecheap and also you are getting your hosting from Namecheap, you don't have to change the name servers. We call them name servers. You just click on get started, then you type your existing domain name. So if your domain is from Namecheap, you click here. If your domain is from a third party, you click here. So you can also connect your domain, your hosting, with a new domain name. So you search for the new domain. When you have seen the domain, if it's available, you click on it and you click on add to cart. So connect to hosting. You connect it to hosting. Let's search for a domain. So you connect the domain to the hosting. After you have connected it, then you can add to your cart and you check out. But after that, you just need to go to your dashboard and you go to your hosting list. Then you will see the hosting. You move to your cPanel and you install WordPress. So you give it a site name. You give it a site name, you give it a username, and you also give it a password. So you give it a password, you give it a site description, and you install. So that is how you get a domain and especially an hosting. In the subsequent videos, I will be explaining some functions of some type of hosting, the function of a domain, anything that has to do with hosting and domain. I would actually be explaining all those things in subsequent videos. So don't forget to subscribe for more videos